Hey friends, good evening. Friday, December 2nd, here in New York. A little after 6:15 p.m., just got off the subway. And if it gets noisy again, it's because there's a subway right above us. We are here in Dumbo, down under the Manhattan Brooklyn overpass. There's the train now. Saw that on that animation. It was Pizza Rat. So yeah, we're in Dumbo. We're going to do a little exploring in Dumbo, then we'll head over the Brooklyn Bridge tonight. 40 degrees Fahrenheit here in New York. If you've joined, say hi in the chat, let us know where you're watching from. Really love Dumbo. Ton to do here, lots of restaurants. We'll see some of them as we go. And then in a little while, we will do a little evening stroll across the Brooklyn Bridge. It's probably one of the best times to do that, so we can see the lower Manhattan skyline all lit up. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. And if you joined, I know I started a few minutes later than we scheduled for, so if you said hi, I only see the ones from when I begin the stream, so do me a favor, say hello again. Daryl Janix here from Chicago, Illinois. Good to see you again. We are down here in Dumbo, Brooklyn. Let me walk left for a second. This is the famous spot to view the Manhattan Bridge. This is not the best time, but I got a little treat for you guys. So this is a very recognizable spot, famous spot, more in the daytime. But one thing is that Manhattan Bridge frames the Empire State Building, and sometimes this is closed to cars, but you can see there's cars here, so I just have to not get hit by cars. Let me zoom in a little so you guys can see. Judy Kemp is here, Vancouver, Canada. New to the channel, love our walks. We love having you. So if you come on a sunny day, you get this really spectacular view of the Manhattan Bridge. But at night, you get the Empire State Building lit up. So, you know, you got to come both times. So again, we're down here in Dumbo. We were just looking at the Manhattan Bridge. To our left is the Brooklyn Bridge. We're going to walk the Brooklyn Bridge in a little while. But first, we're going to do a little stroll around Dumbo. We started with the Dumbo Christmas tree and the beautiful lit up sign. And this little animation, they had an animation of Pizza Rat. That was pretty funny. I gotta read about that later, what that was about. I see Clinton. Yeah, we're gonna get some amazing night shots tonight, Clinton. I think we have some treats up ahead of us. Daryl said, did I hear Action Kid is in Montreal? Yeah, he's getting around. I think he's going for, Globetrotter. We wish him well and all success. And Antonio's watching from Boston, one of our favorite cities. So we're coming up on Pebble Beach. It's going to get a little noisy because of all the trains, so just bear with us. How is this for an entrance? How is this view for an entrance? Justin Norell is here. Always good to see you. Yeah, so for those who are probably a little more familiar with our channel, we mostly do recorded walks around the city. But my schedule has been so up in the air with the newborn that I don't actually have many videos lined up, so we'll be going live a little more often. So what we're looking at right now, bottom left of the screen, is Jane's Carousel. We'll walk over there in a little bit. The blue building behind that is on Manhattan. We're in Brooklyn right now, so the blue is Pier 17 over in Manhattan. In between those two structures, of course, is the Brooklyn Bridge, World Trade Center, One World Trade, Freedom Tower on our right-hand side. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty spectacular view. So this particular spot I'm standing on right now is called Pebble Beach. You can look it up. And it sits right in between the Brooklyn Bridge to our left and the Manhattan Bridge to our right. 10:25 a.m. in Australia. We have a few viewers in Australia. I love to hear it. This is one of my favorite places to sit. If you want to see a sunset, you can really do a lot worse than being over here. And depending on how nice it is, there is some park area behind us where you can sit, like on the grass. But on nicer days, people will sit by the water. And on really nice days, you'll see like a line of tripods as people try to capture the sunset. It's the funniest thing. You may even catch us doing that once in a while. And like I said, we were just peeking through the Manhattan Bridge because it frames, depending on where you're standing, the Empire State Building. Let's go take another look at the Empire State Building from over here. So yeah, it will be a little noisy by the Manhattan Bridge because there's car traffic and trains running along it. We, in fact, took the F train, which runs underground, to get over here from Manhattan. And our timing was pretty tight, but we were able to get live within 2 minutes. That's not too bad. So again, it's Pebble Beach. The water does come right up to the edge. Clinton says, is that a relatively safe area in the early evening? Yeah, Dumbo's very safe. And we're going to walk around a little bit. There's a big, it's called like Time Out Shopping Center. There's lots of restaurants. I mean, as always, use your best judgment. Be mindful of your surroundings. But you'll see you know, even on the Brooklyn Bridge, people will walk it at almost all hours. You know, again, be mindful and use good judgment. But we'll see. We'll be seeing people having dinner as we walk around. Maybe not as much outdoor dining. It's pretty cold now. 40 degrees Fahrenheit going down. It's supposed to get warmer tomorrow, but even though I posted a video this morning, we're going live because it's going to rain a lot tomorrow. I would love to get out and record a rain video. I haven't done that in a while, but we'll just have to see. Again, our schedule is so haphazard these days. Time out shops on our left. There's a West Elm, which is kind of nice furniture. And if you're familiar with the movie Once Upon a Time in America, you know, these are the buildings. Justin Rell says, what is our plan tonight? So the plan tonight is do a little walking around Dumbo. We will cross the Brooklyn Bridge, and then I'm hoping, so I should keep moving a little bit just so we make good time. I'm hoping, time permitting, that we see the South Street Seaport Christmas tree, and if we're really doing well on time, the New York Stock Exchange Christmas tree. So that is the plan. But our plans are always written in wet cement. Just show you the timeout market. Some of the things that are going on here. So Clinton Street Baking Company, named after Clinton in the chat. Felice Pasta Bar, Migrant Kitchen, Jacob's Pickles. Lots of good stuff. And on the 5th floor, Fornino's really good pizza. And there are some amazing rooftop views. We've done that before, I think. Maybe. I don't know if it's on video or not. But we're gonna keep moving a little bit because I want to get to the bridge. And if we can, I hope to get you guys some Christmas. Absolutely stunning. Especially at night when it's lit up. Just saw a text from my wife come through that she and our little guy are hanging out on the couch watching, hearing my voice. Love to hear it. Oh gosh, yeah, you see a lot of proposals here at night. It's funny, one time we saw like 1, 2, 3, like all over here. You know, because they probably told all certain people, you know, this is where we're going to be. We're going to be at Jane's Carousel. We want this particular view. Oh, I love it. That's beautiful. Very romantic, and I'm glad there's only one tonight. I see Ashley Mallory. I see RJ. Good to see you guys. How beautiful is this? Been meaning to do this for a while. It's just finding the time. Thankfully, it's a reasonably quiet evening at home. Lisa says, wow, that's something. That's my beautiful bride, Lisa, tuning on in. So again, this Brooklyn Bridge, we'll be on it shortly. Freedom Tower in the background. Pier 17 lit up in blue. I see Dusty. Always good to see you, Dusty. Hope you're doing well. There's the New York City ferry, my favorite way to get around the city, or one of them. This is one of those areas where every place you turn the camera is a thumbnail. So we're gonna go directly underneath the Brooklyn Bridge for a second as we make our way over to where some of the restaurants are. This is Emily Roebling Plaza. We'll talk more about Emily Roebling. Roeblings were the builders, designers, creators, visionaries behind the Brooklyn Bridge. We'll talk more about them on the bridge. In the meantime, we'll enjoy some views. Lower Manhattan. Judy Kemp, $6.99 Canadian. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, 7 times over in our best Canadian accent. We thank you very much. We really do love hanging out with everybody. It's been fun doing a few more of these lives. It's cool to have the back and forth, the interaction, share some of our favorite sites with you guys. Dusty Cole says, dog. It's so cold tonight. He's got a little jacket on. Carol Woods is here. Good to see you. So up ahead, so we saw a few restaurants in the timeout shops, and then there's a bunch over here. Justin Norell, 16 days until Crazy USA trip. Well, we're excited for you. Hopefully we have inspired a little bit of it. I've heard good things about Ignazio's. I haven't had it yet. There is a Shake Shack at the corner. Obviously become a New York institution, but easier to have it all over the place now. We just passed a Luke's Lobster on our right. That's become pretty popular over here. Sounds like we might be in for some music. Let's go check. Let's follow the drums. Let us follow the drums. Wonder what this is. at a number of parades. Let me just scroll up a little bit. I did see Andrea Jordan's here. Prince Ice is here. Justin Earl says those poor people trying to sell ice cream. So it must be some sort of Christmas event. River Cafe over here. Look how beautiful this is. I see Surfboard. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Yeah, we've seen them a bunch of times. They're really good. We'll have to, if anybody can look up events happening at Pier, I think it's Pier 1 over here in Dumbo. Obviously something's going on. It's like, you know, it's a holiday social, I guess. Azul, they're so good. We've probably tagged them a few times in some of our videos, so feel free to check that out. So that little house we saw, that little structure, used to be the location of this, the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. Highly recommend the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. Any time of year. All right, we're gonna start heading to the bridge. I see Surfboard, I see Sweet Country Living. I think I missed a couple of people. I apologize, the chat's flying by. And I was trying not to step on, there was like a tour group I was trying not to step on top of semi-successfully. And Surfboard's here from Bay Ridge. Well, it's great to have you. So my ice cream recommendation is the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. My restaurant recommendation is right here, called Giuliana's. It's next to Grimaldi's, and Giuliana's is the kind of official family connection to the pizza by Patsy Grimaldi, who's kind of part of the pantheon of New York City pizza. They're famous for coal oven pizza, which is super hot, cooks super fast, hey, and gets this incredible smoky flavor. It's so good. We were sitting there once, actually at one of those outdoor tables, Lisa and myself, and they did the coal delivery while we were there. It was we just heard tons of coal. Grimaldi's next door. That's a sort of chain that bought the name, I guess. Giuliana's is the real thing. So we always recommend Giuliana's as your first choice. So go have a pie at Giuliana's And even when you think you can't have any more, go to the Brooklyn Ice Cream Factory. Andrea says, we picked the best spots. Well, we're doing our best to not do Fifth Avenue every night. We will probably go to Fifth Avenue on Sunday though, because for the next few Sundays, it will be closed to car traffic from, what did I read? Like 47th Street to 57th, something like that. So we will absolutely go check it out then. But you're probably noticing both from my streams and any others that streaming in Midtown Manhattan is getting harder and harder just because there's so many people and there's so many things that are worth, you know, streaming or sharing to social media. So the bandwidth situation in that part of the city is really tough. So we will be attempting to be more creative. Ambrose, yeah, I'll start doing them at 6 a.m. For those of you who joined late, we started at the DUMBO Christmas tree, and on a wall, I guess part of the Manhattan Bridge, they were projecting some animations, and one of them was a pizza rat animation. So Ambrose, you may need to scroll back and check that out when you can, when you have a chance. But we're going to start making our way over to the Brooklyn Bridge, cross the Brooklyn Bridge, and then try to see one or two Christmas trees in Lower Manhattan. Dusty says, when do we normally stream? So originally we were doing 10 a.m.s on Sunday, but that was in the before times, before we had a kid. And as I've shared before, if I'm out, it means Lisa's back at home with the kid, hanging on out, but taking care of him. So our schedule is a little more random these days. We're gonna try to come up with some sort of more predictable schedule, but it's a work in progress. Amber saw it on the thumbnail. Oh, I'm glad it saved that there. So random, but I love it. That's an interesting truck. Vermont Christmas trees. For all your Vermont Christmas tree needs. So worth looking up. There's lots of restaurants in DUMBO. There's lots of things to do, shop, things to see. There's lots of art, different galleries and so forth. So recommend a visit. And it's so easy to cross the bridge. And in fact, there's two bridges. You could cross Manhattan, which is worthwhile because as much as I love the Brooklyn Bridge, you have to be on the Manhattan Bridge to get the views of the Brooklyn Bridge. So you could take one bridge over and then take the other back. And the Manhattan Bridge, I have some videos of it, I think only during the daytime though. But it has fencing. And sneaky photographers have cut a few interesting holes into the fencing, big enough to put your camera through. So you can get some really spectacular photos from the Manhattan Bridge. Surfboard enjoyed our walk in Central Park. Thank you for that. Yeah, we had a good time. Sorry. Thank you. We had a good time. Yesterday we did a little of Fifth Avenue. We started at Rockefeller and then basically jogged all the way through Central Park to get to the very north end of the park. where they were lighting the Central Park Christmas tree at Harlem Meer. Harlem Meer is so it was a flotilla of Christmas trees. That is their words, that's how they describe it. So we are officially on the Brooklyn Bridge. Welcome, one and all. Dusty, thank you for that. Yeah, everybody's doing okay so far. Today was one of those big spit up days. I don't think we've gone a day with clean shirts, but I guess that's to be expected. There's Gregory Kelly. If you, the bridges here, I think they're about a mile long, but I would give yourself, at least 30 minutes to get across, because you'll take pictures and you don't walk very fast on the bridge. Plus, getting on and off takes a second. But these night views are so worth it. We'll see lots as we go. Yeah, yesterday worked out really well. We had to move to get there on time, but it's like we showed up just on time. We got the speeches, and they were great speeches, short and to the point. We had some great holiday music and the tree lighting, and they were doing hot chocolate and donuts for everybody. There were kids. It was all sorts of family stuff, including there was a place where you could meet Santa. We got to see the elves. We had a good time. So facing north, another view of the Empire State Building. There's Peggy from Arkansas. So that's our view to the north, and then our view to the south. Let's see if I can zoom in enough for this. Statue of Liberty. Katie Marble from Massachusetts. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Yeah, Clinton, that's my fault. I think I shared a little TMI. I can hear the drumming of Fogo Azul beneath us. They're so loud, I love it. They were really feeling it, weren't they? If you guys remember Little Amal, the amazing refugee puppet, one of the events that took place was she walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, and it was the event I most wanted to see, and I just thought, I forget what the deal was, I wasn't able to go. But Dutch Maz did, our good friend Dutch Maz, and he filmed it walking backwards the entire length of the bridge, which, God bless him, that's yeoman's work. And marching with Little Amal was Fogo Azul, was that band. So check out his replay. of little mall on the Brooklyn Bridge. Once in a lifetime, truly once in a lifetime experience. Noble Sweetness here, always good to see you. Where are we headed today? So we started in Dumbo, got some great views of the bridges. Now we are on the Brooklyn Bridge, and we're headed into Lower Manhattan. And our goal is to see at least one, if not two, Christmas trees in Lower Manhattan. Let's see what we can accomplish. Obviously spectacular views at night. Ambrose says, statue looks closer at night. I don't know, it's really like nicely lit tonight. It must be clear tonight. We're definitely getting a very clear picture tonight. Just about to walk up to the Brooklyn Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. Prince Ice in South Korea says, good but freezing morning. Stay warm. Yeah, I think it was in the 30s Fahrenheit here overnight. It was 40 when I started this stream. So what is that, 4 Celsius, give or take? All right, let me try to position myself. So we've seen the Empire State Building. This is the Chrysler. Tippy top. Bear with the connection. I saw it buffering a little. We've had that a couple times on the bridge. I don't know why. But I see it coming back. Again, this is the Brooklyn Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. Hopefully, even with the buffering, you were able to see a little glimpse of the Chrysler Building. Try to see the Statue of Liberty again. Gregory's enjoying the evening walk on the Brooklyn Bridge. It really is a spectacular time to walk across it. And you don't have to step over quite as many people. It's not too bad. It's so hard to believe. So it used to be that pedestrians and bicyclists shared this level. There's now a bike lane beneath us, and it's hard to believe that that was the case back then. I have so many memories of how difficult it was. So thankful for the change. All right, let me get a good shot here of One World Trade. And again, that blue building lit up is Pier 17 near the South Street Seaport, which is where we're heading next. So we'll get to see that up close and personal in just a little while. If you want to see where we were, where the marching band was just playing, right in the middle of the screen is where we were on the pier, watching Fogo Azul mightily drumming. Yeah, there's some really spectacular photo opportunities up here. And again, if you're feeling even more adventurous, you can walk on the Manhattan Bridge, which is the next one over. Easy way of remembering that is BMW, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Williamsburg, in order. There's our good friend Vinny Castellano. Good to see you. So if you are feeling adventurous and do the Manhattan Bridge, your photos can include the Brooklyn Bridge. I'll try to do that one night. I thought I was running late and we almost walked across it, but and we made up some time on the subway. We were having some delays, but it worked out. But I thought about that. We almost did it. Next time. Another time. Surfboard says still lots of locks. Yeah. They try so hard to get people not to do that, but good luck with that. Just incredible views of Lower Manhattan and of Brooklyn. And you can see still a good number of people walking across the bridge. Clinton says, could look at this view for hours. Yeah. You're not kidding. On a nice day, there are some benches up here. You can park yourself up here, take photos. Anthony says Brooklyn Bridge has tragic history. Yeah, a number of people died in the creation of the Brooklyn Bridge, including its original designer. His son had to take over. And then in the creation of the towers, ended up getting caisson's disease because of the method that they were using to build the towers under the water beneath us. And we were mentioning Emily Roebling, so that's his wife, the son's wife, Emily. She then takes over. It's like hot potato, it just keeps getting passed. from Roebling to Roebling. Ends up with Emily, and thanks to her, completes the bridge. I always recommend Ken Burns has an incredible documentary about the Brooklyn Bridge. It's worth watching. It's so fascinating if you want to learn all the history. Coming up in a moment to the Manhattan Tower of the Brooklyn Bridge. Let's get some views first. There's a big Christmas tree over there. I see Sebastian. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to everybody. December is here. The holiday season has arrived. This is the Manhattan Tower. Princess says, so calm. Love the evening vibe of the Brooklyn Bridge. The view is fire. I agree. Oh, there's our friend the Chrysler again. And one Vanderbilt. I see Claire. Good to see you. That was the Chrysler on the right and one Vanderbilt on the left. Spectacular views, all of them. Love the skyline at night. Let's see if we can see these at night. So you can see the car lanes and the bike lanes coming in to Manhattan. I see Sean in the chat. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Princess says BMW South Korea stands for bus, metro, and walk here. Let's see. Hello. Really, again, just gorgeous views. Dusty says, thanks for braving the cold. Dress for the weather, they say. Yeah, I did bring some gloves tonight. We're okay so far. I have a big coat on. It's really when it gets into the freezing temperatures that we start to have a harder time. But I'm hoping that we will get some interesting snow, you know, in the next month or two. And we will do our best to get out there. TBD on whether it would be live or a recording, but we'll find out. We will certainly do some recorded walks in the snow because I want, part of it is the sound of the crunchy snow. I love that. But we may go live too. We're doing more and more of that. Winnipeg, super cold. It looks like there's a lot going on near Pier 17, so that's where we're headed next. So we're gonna hop off the bridge in a few minutes. And we're gonna start making our way over to Pier 17, South Street, Seaport. I wanna see the Seaport Christmas tree, but it looks like there's a bunch of stuff happening at nearby there. So we're gonna go check that out next. If you get off of the Brooklyn Bridge, you're directly opposite New York City Hall, stunning building, and you have the Woolworth building, one of my very favorite skyscrapers in the city. Gothic skyscraper, absolutely beautiful. If you make a right, you'd be going north. That takes you to Civic Center. So in addition to City Hall, other government buildings, courthouses, federal, state, local government buildings. And then if you go left, you head into the financial district, Wall Street, etc. Our first stop is South Street Seaport, like I said, but we may, time permitting, we may visit the stock exchange and see their Christmas tree. So we'll see how we're doing on time. Sean can send us some snow from there. I'm not in that much of a rush. Surfboard says, city is just so much more peaceful in the snow. Well, for a long time, until, I don't know, until the Labor Day parade, the Carnival, our most popular video was a walk in Central Park after the first big snow of last winter. So check that out if you have time. Very peaceful. Surfboard says City Hall is impressive. Well, my favorite over here is the David Dinkins Municipal Building, which is the one on our right, with that beautiful lit up kind of Roman structure at the top of it. And beneath it is the Brooklyn Bridge City Hall subway station. And a lot of the ceilings are covered in, I always forget exactly how to pronounce it, but Gustavino tile. So from top to bottom, that building is fascinating. So look at David Dinkins Municipal Building, the architecture around it. I love it. But City Hall is beautiful as well. Sometimes it's lit up. It doesn't look colorful yet, but as we get closer, we'll see. Gary Building on our left. Clinton says, congrats on almost 800,000 views. Yeah, and I suspect we will have crossed the 5,000 subscribers on this stream, so that's pretty cool. a gigantic, mighty New York City thank you to all of our viewers, especially folks who've stuck with us for a long time. Prince Ice, thank you for the reminder. We're all just trying to have a good time. Let me zoom in on the top of the municipal building. I really love that one. I've had to go to that building several times. It is home, as I said, it's the municipal building. It's home to a lot of city services. So we've been there a few times. Gregory asked, when did we first start live streaming? It's a good question. Early on, we experimented a little bit, off and on, but not frequently. It became more frequent. I don't know, Lisa would probably know better than I would. And we started doing every Sunday, and Lisa would join. But once we were along in the newborn process, she wasn't able to join as many. But I can't wait for the day when they can come out with me. They popped in for a moment on the New York City Marathon stream. They were at the very beginning of that. It's just so cold right now, so they might come out for a little bit on a future stream. We'll see. I hope so. So many vendors. I feel like they're so much higher on the bridge than they used to be. Peggy's hoping to see family 2023. Hope you make it. I really hope that works out. Prince Ice says thinks it was on the very first live stream. You might have been. You guys have been tuning in certainly from when we started to make it more of a regular thing, and we thank you for that. You can do all your Christmas shopping here. Bags, shirts, hats. Love the architecture in Lower Manhattan. Especially some of the older buildings. So like I was saying, right ahead of us is City Hall, so we'll cross the street here and get a view of it. And then we'll start heading south, make our way over to the South Street Seaport. We're at a light. I'm gonna get so annoyed by the music, just bear with me. Sorry about that. I try not to mute, but when we're stuck at a red light, YouTube gives me a hard time. I apologize. Oh, it's so beautiful down here right now. So I was saying, one of my favorite buildings of all. Look at this amazing architecture.
So
The Woolworth building, and here's a cool shot of City Hall. Andrew says the bridge is a little shopping mall. Exactly. Maybe not so little anymore. Nice shot of the City Hall. Let me try to get one more of the Woolworth building. A lot of the streets down here are named after trees. This is Spruce Street.
like honestly maybe. I feel like
Oh, Peggy has family on Long Island and Long Beach. Surfboard family in Brooklyn, Islip, and Jersey. Covering the whole area. All right, let's start going east. We're going to make our way over to the Seaport. Nobody's coming. There are apartments at the very top of the Woolworth building, and I think one of the topmost penthouses is available, something like $70 million. So if you have a huge couch with a lot of cash in the couch cushions, that could be yours for a cool $70 million. But you should look up the pictures. Look up the Woolworth building penthouse. Mind-boggling. So we're down now, Lower Manhattan. Nice lights and decorations as we go. Making our way over to the Seaport. Lots of plazas down here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to switch hands at some point. My left hand is indeed getting quite cold. I do have gloves, but they're in my bag, so I'll just try to use my pockets for a while. Yes, let's switch hands. Gregory says, I don't think there's enough closet space in the Woolworth penthouse for me. You know what they say. It's not about closet space in New York. It's location, location, location. Must be trash pickup night in this neighborhood. I don't know if you guys saw, but there's a job posting, rat catcher in New York City, and I think it pays something like $170,000, and your charter is to solve the rat problem once and for all. Unfortunately, the rat problem is fairly straightforward. We put our garbage out And that problem will not be solved. So, I don't know. Check out this firehouse. How cool is that? Gorgeous. I love it. That is beautiful. Stay amazing. Oh, some Christmas lights here. I love it. Sophie's very famous Cuban food. Very, very popular. Oh, hold on. Let me pause here for a second. Check this out. That's a pretty cool view. Ambulance behind us. Just trying to get somebody to get out of their way. Coming up on Fulton Street. Oh gosh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the view. That is a view and a half. That is a view and a half. How about that? We walked right into that one. Oh gosh. So this is the South Street Seaport Christmas tree. All right, we are getting lucky with these views tonight. I didn't know it would be framed quite so nicely. So we saw the World Trade Center framed by Ann Street. And then the moment we made a left, facing east on Fulton, bam, Christmas tree. It looks gorgeous. So that's where we're headed first. We'll walk around the Seaport a little bit. Battery's looking okay. Lisa in the chat can let me know if I have enough time to go to the New York Stock Exchange. My beautiful bride looking after our newborn. And because I went to the Brooklyn Bridge today, I added an extra hour of travel time to the beginning. So she'll let us know how things are going at home. Oh, check that out. That is spectacular. Oh, and that's what that is. The tree is the other tree, those lights in the background, that must be the waiver tree, the ship. It looks like it's on the masts of the ship. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't connect the dots. Okay, so we'll get a view of that too. And right in front of the tree is Titanic Memorial Park. So there's so much history down here. We were at Little Island. We were on the High Line. We were looking at Little Island where the Titanic was supposed to dock. So 2 pieces of Titanic history in 1 week. Sue K, Santa Fe, New Mexico says, so many wonderful Christmas lights and trees. Gregory Kelly says, Seaport area is one of my favorites. The architecture is so old and beautiful. I completely agree. This is the downtown connection. I've never been on it, but it's supposedly free. I'll have to try that out for you guys. Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Grand Channel's here. Daisy Hart's here from Fort Worth, Texas. Good to see you. Oh, people truly celebrating the Christmas spirit over here. I wonder if we'll be lucky enough to get some tunes anywhere. Yeah, the Seaport's a lot of fun, and there are restaurants, and one that has been on my list to try, and I haven't yet, is an outpost of DeFara is here. And if you've ever heard of DeFara, very famous pizzeria in Brooklyn, known for having a multi-hour wait. And so they've expanded a little bit. I'll have to try that for you guys and see if it is nearly as good as the original. Let me go on wide for a second. Yeah, Gregory, there's so much history down here. There is a little, there's a little museum, but I've never been in it. I'll have to check it out for you guys. Oh, it's so beautiful down here. All right, we're gonna walk around a little bit, but if I hear these people start singing, we're gonna come back. Menorah, Happy Hanukkah, was saying last night that Lisa got us PJs for both Hanukkah and Christmas. So we are prepared. Something a little funny about framing the menorah with Christmas trees, but maybe that's just me. Oh, is Golden Girls going on Hulu? Love Golden Girls. So there's lots of little side streets and stuff. On the left over there is a Big Gay Ice Cream, another great ice cream shop if you're into that. On the right, tons of shops. Oh, there's the Seaport Museum. So I need to go there. I'll report back after I get a chance to go there. But Lisa's favorite store over here is this, McNally Books. Oh gosh, and look at all the lights over here. Oh, we are lucking out tonight. We are lucking out. So we're gonna cross the street over here, head over to Pier 17, but we're gonna see a few things. So on our right is the tall ship waiver tree that we were seeing the Christmas mast lights. And then I don't know what this is. We're gonna check this out. Oh, is it a roller rink? I had no idea any of this was here. How cool is this? Oh, it's a little ice skating rink. It's got ice. Oh, how great is this? I didn't know they had a ice skating rink. It's a little mini one, but that's cool. Here's the ship I was talking about. That's cool. We got the ship Christmas tree and the moon in the background. Suitcase says ice skating, more power to those folks. But it's super beautiful. Yeah, I just need to get away from the music. We have keep having some trouble with that, but I'll get us some more views of that. New York Central, number 31. So these ships, the Ambrose and the Waver Tree, are little museums. You can go on. You can check those out. Let's go try to head over to. Oh, look at that view. Gosh. On our left here, this just opened. What was it called? The Tin Building, I think? Full of different restaurants. My understanding is fairly pricey. Same on this side. But probably worth checking out. Ah, look at all the lights, everything here. Beautiful, beautiful. Katie's never been ice skating. Peggy used to skate as a kid. Probably break my neck if I tried it out. Yeah, it's been a long time. The thing with ice skating, when I see people, is people seem to wear the wrong size skates. Like if you see them, they're too big and it looks like their ankles are going to go in different directions. I don't like that. Mofuku on our right. It's Carne Mare on our left. And on the other side, we're going to walk around the building if we can. There's a Dante, which is a cocktail bar that has always looked really beautiful at night. So I'm hoping we can get around there and see how it looks tonight. Again, this is Pier 17, Tin Building to our left before. Down here in the Seaport. So this has become a big kind of entertainment complex. There is a rooftop with some spectacular views, but we're going to stay on the ground tonight. Brooklyn Bridge right in front of us, that's where we were. We were looking at this spot from the bridge. So last year on this little I guess not tonight, they did some really interesting lights, so if they bring those back, we'll come back. Suke was from Long Island. My friends loved and were good at ice skating. I was not. You know, you got to do the things you enjoy. And I was saying the BMW before, so the Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Williamsburg bridges, and you can see all three right now. Yeah, Suke saying view the bridges. So Brooklyn right in front of us, followed by Manhattan, and then in the distance is the Williamsburg Bridge. I have a video where I walk all three of them in one go. That was fun. And so straight ahead of us, as you hear my voice, is the Pier 1 over in Brooklyn. That, again, that's where we were hearing those drummers earlier. So that's kind of where we started. And then we crossed the bridge. And here we are. It's open. It's this bar right here.
Watch Sports Center, and you see that in the background.
Gosh, everything is so beautiful, all lit up with these blue lights. Sassy Lassie, those bridge views are gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, they have a little Christmas tree. They have a few Christmas trees, actually. 'Tis the season. Merry, merry to all. Sign says Negronis like Mama used to make. All right. I think if we promise to be quick, we can go head over to the New York Stock Exchange, but we're going to be fast because I got to get back to the fam. Oh gosh, look up ahead. Look up ahead. There's just spectacular sights everywhere. Look at all these trees. Port is Fan Peter Luger's in Williamsburg. Yeah, when you when you hop off the Williamsburg Bridge, you're basically right there. Another view of the waiver tree and the waiver tree. Say that 10 times fast. All right, well, we are lucking out with the lights tonight. So we're gonna hustle over to the New York Stock Exchange. We're gonna get a quick view of their Christmas tree, and that's where we'll say goodnight. So let's go do that. Ooh, I have to switch hands again in a second. It is definitely getting colder. Amber says, nice fireboat. Katie wants to visit New York again at some point. Dower Rock. Wow, that's a screenshot. I mean, we've had, I don't know, tonight's like a pretty dense screenshot night. Tons on the bridge. Well, Dumbo, starting in Dumbo, the views of the bridges. Lots of views from the Brooklyn Bridge. And I think we've already had a few thumbnail-worthy pictures in Lower Manhattan. There's a little Christmas tree at the front of the waiver tree. Let's go head over to the Stock Exchange. If we had unlimited time, so we'll have to come back again one day, but I loved when we did the ferry. I want to do that again. So some night we'll do one of the ferries, because the night views of Lower Manhattan when you're on one of the New York City ferries or the Staten Island ferry are so incredible. And if you do the Staten Island ferry, it's free. So what you can do is you can go during the day to Staten Island, take the ferry, it's free. Go have dinner. There's lots of, we always talk about pizza, but there's like great Staten Island pizza. There's a shopping mall. There's a stadium there if you can get a game wrapped around it. And then when the sun goes down, take the ferry back, again free. And you will get so many pictures, including decently close to the Statue of Liberty. There's also a New York City ferry that now goes between Battery Park City and Staten Island. And what is it now? They just raised the prices, but I think it's like $4 per person. It's still an amazing deal. And the New York City ferry, so it goes from Staten Island to Battery Park City to Midtown Manhattan. So that one can be, depending on where you are, it can be really convenient. There's a art clock over there. Gregory says, can you tour those old ships? You sure can. They're museums. I want to say they're free to hop on, but don't quote me on that. If anybody wants to look that up, they could confirm or deny. I recall that they're free, but I might be mistaken. Surfboard said tree on the bow. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, is that the bow or the stern? I'll trust you. Anthony found some freezing in London. Whoa. Got to be careful. That's always that's one of the issues with walking in New York in winter, is if you hit black ice, you're not going to have a good time. Let me try to cross. So we're in Lower Manhattan. There's lots of big buildings and stuff. I apologize in advance if we have any buffering or anything. But we're gonna make our way to the stock exchange. You can see the tower atop the World Trade Center ahead of us. There are so many places to eat down here, relatively affordable because there's so many workers down here. On a nicer day, Lisa and I will often pick stuff up from, any random spot that we're interested in. We'll eat outside. A little cold for that tonight. But there's so many places, obviously, where you could eat outside. Parks, benches, sit by the water. You got a battery, the battery, and you can overlook the Statue of Liberty, all sorts of stuff. It's so fun down here. Let's go this way. Well, I think black ice is like the ice you can't see. Sort of like if this got frozen and you could like mistake it for something else and it turns out to be ice and you slip on it without realizing. Maybe I'm mistaken. If we had more time, and we'll come back, we'll do more of Lower Manhattan because I love Lower Manhattan this time of year. It's so beautiful. So we'll come back, but lots of these buildings in their lobbies and plazas have interesting decorations. So we'll come back. We will come back. Like here's a plaza. No Christmas trees, they have palm trees. How funny is that? Oh, I love it. How funny is that? That's like a California Christmas in there. Oh, it's so great down here. So that's one of my favorite statues in the entire city. Group of 4 trees Every time I see it, it stops me in my tracks. And it's really cool with these white lights around it. Oh, I love it. Group of 4 trees. Ooh, gonna have to switch hands again soon. Freezing my hands off. Let's do that. Whew. Oh gosh, everywhere we go there's like a site. Hold on, just check this out. I have to be fast. But come on. Gosh. All right. Okay, final stop. Walkers. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Our final stop is in sight. Oh wow. It is more impressive than I imagined. Oh gosh, and an incredible $25 donation from Clinton, our good friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 25 times over. From our family to yours, Clinton, thank you. As always, time spent here is so special. Thank you for an amazing evening. Well, thank you for being part of it. Having the company of everybody with us is why we have really been enjoying doing all these live streams. We really appreciate your generosity. And everybody who's on, watching, commenting, chatting, leaving a like, subscribing if you can, or if you haven't already. All of those things help to support the channel. We appreciate it. It was Trinity Church, and then over here is Federal Hall, which it's almost like a joke. So the joke on a lot of New York live streams is how much scaffolding there is in New York City. And they're doing renovation work on Federal Hall, and the word is that the scaffolding here is going to be up for something like 10 years. And if they're saying it's 10, it's probably even more than that, right? Unbelievable. But anyways, 'tis the season. We are at the New York Stock Exchange. We will focus on the beautiful, not the absurd and ridiculous. Ambrose says the Wall Street tree is my favorite up and close. Yeah. Well, let me move around a little bit so we can see different angles. And where is Fearless Girl? Oh, here she is. I was curious with this truck here where she would be. There she is. It's always fun to see the people doing the picture. It's one of my favorite statues. I love it. It used to be next to the bull, charging bull. I guess the charging bull artist got a little upset about that. Kind of wimpy, if you ask me. Well, Surfboard, thank you for being with us. Surfboard says, this was awesome, buddy. Thanks so much. Well, it's my pleasure. I'm glad. And my eternal thank you to Lisa, who's looking after our little dude tonight as I gallivant out in the city. Dusty cold dog. Puppy. Fearless girl. Prince I says, may great earnings come to all from the New York Stock Exchange. From our stock exchange to yours. I mean, these are some pretty special views, huh? Dusty says, charging bull artist, grow some thick skin. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
oh, and there's the menorah. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas. From our family to yours. All right, let me go on wide again so we can get the full. Awesome. Let me scoot back for a second, and I'll try to get you the full stock exchange as well, if I can. Let's get over to the wall. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. VHS, love this. Sweet country living in Michigan. Very fun night. Really enjoy your videos. Dusty Cole, happy holidays, everyone. Andrea Jordan, the trees are amazing. Well, we really lucked out tonight. So, little recap. So we did Dumbo, where we started with the Dumbo Christmas tree. We got to see Fogo Azul, the incredible all-woman marching band. We walked across the Brooklyn Bridge, had some spectacular lights and views of Lower Manhattan, the skyline. Plus Midtown Manhattan, we got to see the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building a couple of times. Then the Seaport, spectacular Christmas tree. And then we're gonna finish here, right by the New York Stock Exchange. Just beautiful. Simon Becker's here, looks beautiful, thank you. Peggy Diaz, beautiful. Surfboard, postcard. Well, in all sincerity, from my family to yours, from Lisa, Caleb, and myself, wishing everybody the happiest of holidays. Probably not going to be doing anything tomorrow because of the rain. If I can, I'm going to try to get out and film a little quiet rain video if I can. No promises. We'll just see. We're taking everything day by day these days. And then hopefully on Sunday we'll do a live stream from Fifth Avenue, from car-free Fifth Avenue. So stay tuned for Sunday. Don't have a schedule yet, but just stay tuned for Sunday and we'll try to be back out. Check out car-free Fifth Avenue. And then lots more from there. So again, from my family to yours, signing off from New York. Loved hanging out with everybody. Have a great night. Happy Friday. Happy weekend. Stay warm, stay dry, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.